Hi friends, hope you're all well. So guess where I am? I'm at my local Sainsbury's and today I wanted to try all different types of crisps that we get here in the UK. Crisps are a very big thing in this country. They eat it as a lunch pack deal. It's usually a pre-made sandwich, a packet of crisps and a drink. So it's a big thing over here. So I'm going to go in and have a look to see what we've got there. Grab a few, let's try them together, and I hope you enjoy the video. Welcome to my local Sainsbury's crisps aisle. Crisp there, crisp there. Let's go and have a look to see which one we're going to get. Look at all this. Ta-da! Crisp, 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 crisp. So many crisps. So many different colors. So many additives. So many variety. And oh, it just keeps going, and this is just one of the walls. Let's go to the other wall. Oh, we'll go back this way, and more crisps along here. Can you see? Oh, there's Doritos. We all love Doritos. Pringles, kettle chips, Tyrrells, Sensations, Taste, Pipers, lots of different crisps. Let's go and buy some, and we'll test them out, okay? How many do you reckon we should test out? What, 10? Is 10 a lot? 10 sounds like a lot. Let's see. Prawn crackers. I think a lot of people like the prawn crackers crisp. Should we do that? I'll just choose a variety and then I'll show you when we get home, okay? It's gonna be great! I think I've brought about 10 of them, and we'll go home and we'll test the crisps together and let's see what our verdict is. I'm really excited because I love crisps. I don't know about you guys, but I have a real soft spot for crisps and chocolate, of course. So I'm back in the car now and I'm just looking at my receipt. I brought 9 types of crisps and it came to £15 and 5p. Let's go home and have a try. Hi friends, so I'm back home now and I've got our crisps in this massive Sainsbury's bag here. They're overflowing at the moment, so let's grab them out and we'll see what we've got, eh? Ah, they're falling all over the place. Okay, let me show you what we've got. We've got these called What's It's Crunchy. Interesting. I try to buy crisps that I don't have in Australia just so that I could talk about the differences, or you know, what I'm familiar with. That's one. Walker's Sensations Thai Sweet Chili. Ooh, these sounds nice, and I do love these, but I wanted to test them for you guys anyway. Another Walker's Max Pepperoni Feast. You guys actually have seen me eat this in one of my lives, I'm sure, and it was delicious. Monster Munch. Have you guys seen these before? These are Monster Munch, and this is the pickled onion flavor. Knickknacks. Also, this was featured in one of my shorts. It was the one where I was watching Dora and I had to say backpack, and this is what I was eating. Onion rings by Sainsbury's. I don't think I've had these particular one because there's one in Australia called burger rings, which I bet it's very similar to this. But I wanted to see this and compare it to my burger ring ones in Australia because I love burger rings. Tyrrells, sea salted. These are, I think these are like more of a premium kind of crisps. Skips. My husband likes Skips, but I'm not so sure. Let's have a taste. I've not seen or had these ones before. These are Marmite puffs. Marmite, if you don't know, it's like a sandwich spread. That's what it is. Oh, and there was only 9 of them, and so I thought just to make the numbers even, I also have mini Cheddars, which I found in the cupboard at home. So I'll test these as well and let you guys know. Let's start on our first crisp. Which one should I choose? Let's go for Monster Munch. My daughters love these. These are the pickled onion. This is crisp number 1. Monster Munch. Really cute. Very targeted towards children, of course, although I'm a sucker, so I like them. This is what happens when you open a packet of crisps. It's a relatively big packet, but inside it's always half or less than half, which I find so annoying. Okay, and these Monster Munch come in like little monster shaped paws. So they're quite cute. Let's try them. Really nice. They definitely taste pickly, but not in a bad way. But I love pickles, so it doesn't bother me. Really crunchy, very airy. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 because 1, I like this flavor, and 2, I like the crunch. It probably, for me, the 2-point loss is maybe, although the shape is fun, when you bite into it, it kind of maybe like stabs you a bit in the mouth. But otherwise, very, very delicious. Next one, let's try the Marmite puffs. In Australia, they have something called Vegemite, and people compare Vegemite and Marmite. They say it's similar. I mean, I guess it's similar in terms of that the coloring is similar, like it's black. And also like the consistency is a little bit similar. Vegemite is probably a bit more solid, whereas Marmite is slightly more gooey, more runny. But I prefer the taste of Vegemite. Being an Aussie, I grew up with Vegemite and I love Vegemite. And I miss Vegemite so much. So this is the Marmite puffs. I've not ever had these before. So these come in little rods and they've got a slight covering of like black stuff on it. So which I assume is like the Marmite flavoring. Quite nice. Savory. Similar texture to the Monster Munch, but not as hard. Like I said, with the Monster Munch stabbing against my gums. This one is a lot softer, but still a nice crunch. I like it. And the Marmite flavoring isn't too overpowering at all, but there's definitely a slight Marmite taste to it. I'm surprised at that. That's really nice. I think my husband will like this. I've never seen my husband eat it, so I'll give it to him to try. For a first time, I'm going to also give these a 8 out of 10. Oh, and I just noticed on the packet it says cheese and Marmite. That's probably why it tastes not so strong, because the cheese has, you know, made it less Marmite and more cheesy. I like it. 8 out of 10. The next one is called Skips. We definitely don't have this in Australia. A prawn cocktail. Would you still consider this as a crisp? Maybe, I don't know, but I brought it, so we'll try it. Oh, okay, so this is a big packet. It's shaped, it's almost shaped like little flowers. Yeah. Can you see? It's quite cute. Light and melty prawn cocktail flavor. Okay. Okay. Definitely less crunchy than the other two that I've just tried. A much softer crunch, but still crunchy. Definitely lighter. The flavor is slightly tangy, and it says light and melty. It does kind of melt on your tongue a bit. I could totally sit and eat this whole bag very easily because it's a very easy crisp to eat. Very light. Nice flavoring. I don't know where the prawn bit comes from, but it doesn't taste like prawns at all. I like it. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 because it's actually quite nice. I probably would prefer something more crunchy because crunchy is my favorite texture. Like, I love anything crunchy. But otherwise, yeah, good. Next one is called Tyrrells, and I brought the sea salted flavored ones. Again, this is probably on the higher end of the crisp price range. Let's try it. I love opening bags of crisps. Oh, and the smell. Oh, sea salt. Okay, so there we go. If you want to have a look inside. They're crinkly and quite thin. I can see through them almost. I like the shape. I like crinkly crisps because I keep wanting to say chips. So if I say chips or crisps, it's the same thing. I like the crinkly shape because it gets like the flavors inside all the waves. Very nice crunch, very nice texture. Lightly salted, really is lightly salted. You can taste like the slight saltiness, but not overpowering. A generous portion in here. And I like the fact that, I don't know if you can see, but on the edges of the crisp, it looks like the potatoes aren't peeled. So you can see like the brown bits on the edges. It's really nice. I like it. I'm going to give these crisp a 7.5 out of 10. Really good flavor, really good crunch. What I would say is that maybe because they're so like thin, maybe there's slight like overpowering of the oil. Obviously, if they're thinner, they're more crispy if you fry them. But otherwise, really nice. 7.5 is a good score. These are called Whatsits. This is Whatsit Crunchy. It says really cheesy flavor corn puffs. Let's try. Oh, these remind me of something in Australia called Twisties. It's the same shape and it's cheesy, which Twisties are in Australia. They're cheese flavored. Let's try this. Super crunchy. Super cheesy. These are nice. These are definitely very close to the Twisties we have in Australia. These are probably slightly firmer in texture and probably slightly crunchier in texture. The flavor again is probably slightly more intense than the Australian ones. But yeah, really, really nice. Again, I like the shape, and obviously the shape is keeping a lot of flavor locked in. Would I rather eat these or Twisties? They're very close in comparison wise, but if I had to choose, I'll choose Twisties because they're Australian. Well, very good. I'm actually going to give this an 8 out of 10 as well. They're really nice. I really like them. I don't think I've had them before. But yeah, very nice. Next up, let's try the Walker's Sensations Thai Sweet Chili. Oh yeah. Oh, the smell. Oh, I can really smell the herbs in this. Oh, so nice. Look at that. Again, a very thin crisp, but unlike the Tyrrells one, this is a flat crisp rather than crinkly. Oh, very nice shape, very pretty. And I can see like tiny bits of the herbs in there, so that's really promising. Nice flavor. It's got a very, 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 very tiny kick to it, but really nice. Not spicy, but just a very slight kick. Maybe small children might not enjoy these, but the flavors are really nice. And it does taste like Thai sweet chili. So I really like that. Very crunchy. And even though these are thin, like the Tyrrells one, it doesn't look or taste oily. You know how sometimes the crisp can absorb too much oil and you can taste the oil. This one, no, not at all. I like that. What am I going to give this one? I'm going to say 8.5. So far this has scored the highest, 8.5. Really, really delicious. So let's move on to the next crisp. And these are called mini cheddars. They're very popular here in the UK. Very easy to give to little kids to eat. And they seem to really like it. And this is how it comes. It's almost like a little cracker. Oh, and they're very similar to Ritz as well. You know, Ritz crackers? Very similar. But these are tiny little flavor. Look, tiny compared to my hand. This is the original. Nice. Very cheesy. And I can see why they're popular with little children and popular with parents giving them to little children, because they don't seem so artificial like in other crisps where, you know, they add a lot of flavoring to the crisp, whereas these ones seem quite tamed. They're slightly salty, and like I said, it's almost like eating a little cracker, really. Good texture, not overly crunchy, so really good for small kids. Very easy to eat. Cheesy. and not intense flavor at all, and a good size for little kids. I would give these probably a 6.5 out of 10. Not because I don't like them, but they're a bit slightly boring for this review. And I'm not sure if I would classify these as a crisp or a chip. Would you? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But still very good, but it wouldn't be my first choice. The next one, oh, you guys have seen me eat these in one of my lives. These are one of my favorite crisps. One is the pepperoni feast flavor. Oh, the smell's delicious. Oh yeah, look at that. Again, the standard half or less than half in a packet. Oh, why did they do that? I feel so ripped off. I think these were like £2.50. I don't have my receipt here, but I think these were £2.50, which again is probably on the more expensive side of crisps over in this country. Let's grab one. Oh, nice and big. And this is the crinkly one as well. It's thin but not see-through like the Tyrrells one. Lots of flavor. You can see all the seasoning on that. Super red. Really nice. Super crunchy. A lot of flavoring. And the flavor like lingers in your mouth even though you swallowed the crisp. It doesn't taste oily, but I don't know what's happened. I don't know if it's me, but I feel like I can taste a slight chemically flavor to it. Which I've had these many times before and I haven't tasted that. But for some reason right now I'm eating it and I can taste like this very slight undertone of like an artificial chemical taste to it, which is strange. And it's got a very, very slight little kick to it as well. Not spicy, just a tiny kick. Still very good. I'm gonna give these, even with the slight chemical taste, I'm going to give these an 8.5 because it is one of my absolute most favorite crisps in this country. So that was an 8.5. Next up, we're going to try onion rings. See, these are called onion rings and they're by Sainsbury, so they're Sainsbury's own brand. In Australia, we have something called burger rings and it's the same shape, the shape and the color. And I mean, it's called onion rings and burger rings. So we'll see what it tastes like, but I do love burger rings in Australia a lot, and it's actually one of my husband's most favorite crisps from Australia. Oh yeah, yep. So I've just opened them, and they definitely smell oniony, like the onion powder that you use for cooking. I'm looking at them. They're the same shape in terms of being round and ring-like, probably slightly puffier, like thickness wise, and there seems to be more holes in them. Like you see these like craters in them. There seems to be more holes in them than I remember that burger rings have. So let's see what they taste like. They look similar. This color is probably slightly less intense than the burger rings in Australia. It tastes definitely more oniony. It seems more airy as well. You know what? They're okay. But definitely not as nice as burger rings. I've just had 3 and I feel already that the flavor is quite intense. Nice crunch, yeah. But no. Not my most favorite. Sorry, Sainsbury's onion rings, but I'm gonna give you a 4 out of 10. So far this has scored the lowest. We've come to our final crisp. These are called Knickknacks. This is nice and spicy. That's the flavor, nice and spicy Knickknacks. This was featured in one of my shorts where I'm watching Dora the Explorer and I'm like, backpack, nice and spicy. They're probably not spicy because they're marketed towards children. These, like the Marmite one, Similar shape. This one's a bit more jagged, I guess. Shape-wise, they're probably more comparison to the Wotsits. Very nice. Nice flavor, nice crunch. Not as hard as the Wotsits. Probably more child-friendly. Nice, but not spicy. Good crunch, good flavor. I really like Knickknacks. And then, again, there's a slight tang to them right at the end there. Like a vinegar kind of tang. Not a bad vinegar tang. I'm going to give Knickknacks probably a 7.5 out of 10. My girls love them, especially Sophie. She loves Knickknacks. Can I have some Knickknacks? So yeah. So this one was 7.5 out of 10. Those are all the crisps we have. Tell me in the comments which one are your favorite crisps if you are familiar with them. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye friends.